Oh, man. Big
I always got to know, man, when did you start playing athletics, period? Whether it's football or any sport. I'm assuming football was sport number one. Was that the first one?
No, basketball was sport number one. I actually started playing it in the second grade, North Maybe Jammers.
Hey. Okay, so dispel the narrative right now. I don't know if it's different in football versus basketball, but who better, man? The Jammers or the Bulldogs?
I mean, it's been a minute, but I ain't gonna lie. Back then,
yeah,
I'm straight Jammers.
Straight Jammers.
Jammers, that's it. Jammers.
Who was coaching you back then?
Coach Buck and Coach Blunt.
There you go. I remember them boys, man. Mm-hmm. Golly. So were you one of those late bloomers, or did you take off early? Meaning, did you pick up on the game where you were pretty good early,
basketball?
Or did it take a minute? Yeah, basketball.
I'm a quick learner. I think I picked up on it fast. I understood the game.
Yeah.
But as far as like athletically, like being able to do everything, probably a little late. Like I always been bigger than everybody, but I was also athletic the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't really just the best,
right.
But I was hard. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I like
hard.
that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm interested in that because I ain't gonna say I was like you. I say similar because I took off kind of quick, right? And in the fourth grade, I'm playing for the Bulldogs.
Right.
Every Saturday we got games at either the boys club or we at North Maybe, and I was thinking to join up. I ain't gonna lie to you, it took a minute. Taller than everybody, uncoordinated, all of that. But when I figured it out,
come with it.
Time to go.
Yeah.
So basketball was number one. When did you pick up football though?
Football was in third grade. Started playing flag.
Yeah.
Same team. I mean, same organization, North Maybe, but it's the Mustangs when you go to football.
True that.
But yeah, flag football. Yeah.
Flag football. What position they had you at, man?
Tight end.
Now, ooh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, tight end.
Did you know anything about what you were doing when you got started, or it was just straight from scratch?
Really, it was straight from scratch. I really never watched football. I was the guy at recess. I always wanted to race everybody. I wanted to see how fast they was.
Yeah.
I just never wanted to really play yet. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really watch, but I was always in the athletics. Anything athletic, I wanted to be a part of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Did some coaches press you to get into it, or your parents or somebody? You just said, I want to play this.
It was really me. I was just, it was just probably, I would say my peers growing up, guys at recess and stuff like that. I'm hearing they on the team and Bulldogs over here, Jammers over here.
Yeah.
So shit, I had to pick a side.
You want to be a part of that?
Yeah, I want to be a part of it. Yeah.
Man, that's dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one was your favorite early though?
Favorite?
Your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Yeah, I love it, man.
I like basketball.
I love it, man. And see, you played, I know I'm fast forwarding a couple of chapters, but you played all through high school, or at what point in high school did you stop playing hoops?
Actually, when I got to Sand Springs.
And that was your sophomore or junior year?
I got here mid-sophomore year, and then I didn't play the rest of that year. I didn't play my junior year, and then my senior year I decided to play it because I started getting recruited and everything, and coaches would hear about, I heard you used to play ball and this and that, and so they just wanted to see me out there. And I had Texas Tech came to one of my basketball games when I was here at Sand Springs, and that was real cool. Yeah.
See, I got proven wrong a couple years ago. I heard from a college coach. I can't remember who he was, but he had said, man, a lot of coaches think that it's best to keep their athletes year round. So if he's a basketball kid, a lot of basketball coaches be like, no, you need to stay in basketball. And I was that dude once upon a time. But some college coach told me, and he was a football guy. He said, man, we want to see our athletes compete year round, no matter what sport they play.
Yeah, I think it's good for them. You keep your legs, fresh. Well, not just fresh in a sense of you resting, but you're not taking too long of a break. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly working, and you staying in shape. You know what I mean? Your brain's constantly, working. In the off season, a lot of guys, if you play one sport, you playing that sport and that's it. You're not showing back up to the summertime when it's time to work out. And so if you double sported, that's pretty good. So for me, it was basketball, and then I thought about wrestling.
Yeah.
But then I was like, man, I don't like the singlet.
You don't want to have the Kurt Angle joint on?
Yeah, I didn't want that. And then it was the same time as basketball, so
Had to pick one.
you know, yeah, I used to do the workouts and all that, but I never competed.
What was your work ethic like, bro?
You know me, shoot. I was like I tell you, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
They used to call me Big Lazy at the TC.
Yeah, shout out to Sidney Carter.
Coach Carter, you know, I'm Big Lazy to him, but
And that's a fact, boy.
That's a fact.
He was on him.
He was on me, but I would say I was athletic, but I didn't really like to work out.
Right.
I didn't really like to work out. You know what I'm saying? I show up at the games, I'm gonna give you what I got, but as far as practice and all that, I was, you know, I didn't understand it. You know, I was like, man, let's fast forward to the game.
Would you say you were pretty coachable though, or were you an asshole?
Coachable.
Oh,
coachable.
Yeah.
Coachable. Yeah.
That's what I remember. You know what I mean? Because I always, like, your demeanor you got right now, that's what I remember, like, 17, 18 years ago, whenever I first saw you getting down.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we sort of skipped over the middle school chapter, man. Take me through your junior high, middle school experience. I thought they were shooting out here in Sand Springs.
Middle school, man. I played ball 6th grade for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Red Dogs. We won the state championship. We beat Broken Arrow out there. I didn't play in 7th grade because you couldn't play for your, youth team no more. You had to play for your middle school.
And where'd you go to school at?
Whitney.
Okay.
Whitney.
I honestly didn't know that.
And then in 7th grade, so I took that year off. I didn't play that year.
Basketball or football?
I played basketball, but I didn't play football. 8th grade, didn't play football. Played basketball. You know what I'm saying? That was my sport. That's so.
Hooking it up.
Yeah.
And then you get to Central and as a 9th grader. Is that when you went back to the field?
That's the first time I went back to the field, and it's really interesting because I knew nothing about Central. I was actually walking to the YMCA out here out north where I used to live at over there on Pine. And Coach Sampson was working at the YMCA at that time.
Yes, sir.
And he had just got hired there or something like that. And he was riding in the car with Coach McKnight.
Yes, sir.
And I was
both of them cats.
Yeah. And so I'm walking down the street, man. I'm going to the water hoop.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not thinking about football. I'm not lifting weights.
None of that.
I'm going to hoop.
Big
dude. I'm going to hoop. So they see me, but they stopped in the middle of the street, pulled me to the side. Big boy, where you thinking about going to high school? We getting ready to take this coaching job over here. We'll love to have you. You know what I'm saying? I see you got a big body. We don't know too much about you, but we willing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. And that's how I ended up at Central.
Man, so did they stay connected to you after that day? Did they stay in touch? Or
Yeah, we stayed in touch, and then from then on, every time I seen Coach Sampson, you know what I'm saying, he had a few words to say to me, looking forward to, working with me and all that. But them some good dudes.
So you would say that kind of stuff matters. And the reason why I ask that is because I think today's youngster is a little different.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just the times are different. It's like you really got to show these youngsters that they are a priority of some sort, or they'll go in another direction quick without you even knowing.
No, it's a fact.
But so how much of that, in hindsight, do you think was genuine, and how much of that you think was BS though?
Man, at that time, I didn't even understand what genuine was.
Yeah.
I just had when an adult talked to me, it was always respect. So I thought it was, real. So I guess, but it played a big part because, like I said, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what school I was gonna go to. Didn't know if I was gonna play sports. Nobody was really talking to me about, telling me that I'm good at this. You know what I'm saying? Or
right.
We want you to come over here. Or I didn't feel that. So everything, before that point was just me. Just me on my own confidence.
Yeah.
My own whatever. I didn't have no
confidence?
siblings, huh?
You had natural confidence?
Natural confidence. You know
That's
what I'm
dope.
saying? I didn't have siblings. I didn't have cousins that I played with. It was just me. Wherever team I'm at, it's me. I didn't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a name for myself wherever I'm at. But so I wasn't getting recruited or nothing like that. So that felt good for me.
Man, that's self-motivated on another level, dog.
Yeah.
Which I would think is pretty hard because I didn't have a lot of confidence at the beginning, man.
Oh, yeah.
So can you think back to the moment where you figured out, I'm pretty good at this, whether it was football or basketball, whether it was a moment where you just did something that was nice or somebody just finally came and told you, say, bro, you cold.
Man, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I think the first time where I really just started believing, damn, I got a chance with this, was really when I seen a coach come through them doors and when I was in class, come pull me out of class. It made me feel like, damn, okay, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, that felt good. That was the first time.
Was that over here at Sand Springs?
Yeah.
Now, what sparked the move from Central to Sand Springs? Because I never knew. Of course, I heard speculation, but that's really just assumptions.
Really, it wasn't nothing that sparked the move. It was really just me being. I wasn't living up to my full potential. I was ineligible. Couldn't really play football over there. You know what I'm saying? I was suiting up and stuff for the basketball, but I really wasn't able to really just be on the team because I was always ineligible. Like I couldn't, I wasn't passing classes. It wasn't because I'm a dumb student or a dumb kid. It's just I'm caught up being a class clown. I'm cracking jokes. I'm being lazy with my schoolwork.
Right.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So one day I just, and then I heard about people that was coming out here. Mm-hmm. And so one day, I hit up my mom's. I'm like, I think I want to switch schools. And she was like, why? You know what I'm saying? I was like, it really ain't no real reason. I just been hearing about their football team, this and that, and so, she was with it, so.
No resistance at all.
No resistance, no questions asked besides, why. But after that, that's what it was.
So when you got over here, could you immediately tell a difference from one atmosphere to the other one?
Immediately. And it's not like this one was better, but it was what I needed at the time. It was a culture shock, you know what I'm saying? I was able to refocus, get back stable mentally on the path that I got in front of me. And yeah.
Was there some growth that took place in you at some point?
It was some growth. It was a lot, you know what I'm saying? I changed a little bit my approach at life, you know what I'm saying? I think I started caring a little more because once I got over here, like I told you, that treatment I wasn't getting, like nobody really gave me that encouragement. And part of the time, a lot of people they can't see it in you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really up to them. You got to show them. And at that time, I wasn't showing them. I was, being lazy, not doing what I was supposed to do. But once I got over here, I'm hearing these guys tell me, damn, you got a chance. I'm seeing you out here run these sprints, man. There's not too many big guys like your size running like that. You know what I mean? So,
right.
That felt good, and man, that's just what I needed. And after that, I was just focused, refocused.
In the mud. So I'm imagining your productivity went up in a real way on that field. What type of teams did y'all have over here? Because you played 1 or 2 seasons at Sand Springs.
I played 2.
Two
I played
seasons.
2 seasons. Yeah, my junior and my senior year.
How were those runs, man? Tell me about that junior year experience. What type of
junior year, man, we wasn't. It was the first time we made the playoffs in 11 years. But. Okay. We got in there and got smashed. So,
oh man,
that is what that is. But it was cool. And one thing I would say, I started. Go ahead.
You about to take a deep dive?
Go ahead with a new question, man.
No, it's all good though. Okay, so as a senior, big man on campus. At least that's what the cliche says. Were you even thinking about playing in college? Was that a thought yet as you came into your senior season?
Yeah, because
it was real.
Yeah, because it got real for me my junior year. You know what I'm saying? That's when the coaches started coming. And so, like I said, man, I was just locked in after that. You know what I'm saying? So senior year, it was really just build on what I did, my junior year and go from there.
Yeah. What was your position out here, man? Or positions?
Offensive line, defensive line, yeah.
Straight up, you playing both sides of the rock, huh?
Yep, every position, yep.
Were you in shape, man? Did you hold your own?
Man, and you know what's crazy? I got in shape, man. I started losing a lot of my baby fat. You know what I'm saying? My chest started tightening up. I'm starting to see results when I'm working out. See, this used to be the workout room. Now it's the soccer room. But yeah, we used to get it in, man, and my body just started transforming.
Yeah. Now, when you started to see the transformation, I remember you said you didn't like that process at one time. Did you start to like it more when you started to see the results, or was it still a grind?
When you see the results, you start to like it.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? When you see the results, you start to appreciate it. You know, you start to feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You looking in the mirror, all that. So yeah, that
Walking
play
around
well.
with your shirt off.
No, I ain't walk around with my shirt off, but I might have some cut off sleeves and tank top and all that. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so you said your junior season, y'all made it to the playoffs for the first time in over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
What'd y'all do your senior year as a team? How far of a run did y'all make?
My senior year, man, we got to the first round, and we was matched up with Tulsa Union, and they put it on us that year. They had like 8 Division I guys or something like that, and yeah, they smashed us.
That's how they get down.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious. I'm gonna tell you what I always was. I ain't gonna say jealous of, but I was always curious about. Okay, what do football players do with so much time? If you think about it, y'all season ends at the halfway point of the school year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, depending on what type of work ethic you have or don't have, you really could just trick off the next 5 months doing absolutely nothing. So what was your grind like during that Christmas break all the way into the spring before you figured out what the next chapter was gonna hold?
Is this high school?
Yeah, your senior year after the run is over.
Well, my senior year, I still stayed busy because I was still playing basketball. I was playing AAU basketball, so we was traveling. We was going to Florida, Arkansas, Texas, so I was still locked in, and I was able to stay in shape and stuff like that through that.
When the phone calls and them letters start coming, man.
My junior year.
Yeah?
Yeah, so, I mean, it just got real for me. Like I said, I locked in after my junior year. I'm getting phone calls, the mail, they coming to the school. Man, it was, I was locked in.
Yeah. You made your decision to go where right out of high school, bro?
Right out of high school, I was supposed to go to Oklahoma State. So
that was the rumblings. I remember hearing that.
Yeah. Straight out of high school, I had signed with Oklahoma State. I did my signing day here. But when it was time for me to actually go, I didn't qualify because of my GPA from my previous years. My freshman and sophomore year is what, had my GPA all over the place. So, but, my ACT scores was good, but I just didn't qualify. So I had to go to junior college out in Navarro Junior College in Corsicana, Texas.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
JUCO is a grind, bro.
Man, it's a grind. It's a grind.
Tell me about it, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I became a man there. You know what I'm saying? First time I'm ever on my own. I don't know anybody. You got to make your name for yourself. Like I said, like I had to do my whole life. That wasn't new to me, but it was on a different scale. You know what I'm saying? When you go into college, you ain't the biggest guy on the team anymore.
Nah.
You got some guys that been doing the same thing you've been doing since they was kids. But yeah, man, I love junior college. I ain't gonna lie. I made some brothers there. We still talk to this day, and we locked in.
Were you there for just 1 or 2 years?
I was there 2 years. Yeah.
All right. What type of squad did y'all have, man? I need to know, man. And also, 2-part question: how much different was the grind in terms of preparing for that season? Was it, comparing that experience to how it was in high school? Because everything goes up a notch, right, when you go to college.
It goes up a notch. You just gotta do, like when you do get free time and you go back home, you can't just go home and just be sitting around chilling and be like, yeah, everybody, I'm in college now. I'm the big, you know what I'm saying? I'm the big guy around, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep that work ethic. You still gotta work out. You still gotta wake up in the morning, run your heels. You gotta go run your bleachers. I used to come up here and get it in. I mean, it just shapes you, man. Once you get there and you see how real the stuff is, you gonna want to work out. You gonna want to go hard because you know what it takes when you get out there. So you don't want to be out there half stepping and getting ran over, smashed, and all that.
Looking bad.
Yeah.
Did they put a workout plan together for y'all when you went home for the summer? It was all on you.
Nah, man. I mean, no, it was all on us. It was all on us. For me personally, I used to come out here and get it in with the high school team. You know what I'm saying? That's how I stayed in shape and held myself accountable. Coach still out here got the time, the buzzer. I'm getting the work in out with them.
Now, was he on your ass like he was his own high school guys, or like he was back whenever you played for him?
Same guy.
I
the
love
whole
that,
time.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you the most impressive part of that breakdown is it sounded like you had your ego in check.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, man, I ain't gonna say no names, but I done seen some people who played at the next level and beyond that. When they come back around, it's like they want a certain type of atmosphere in order to get their work in, which I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never been on that pro level. So hey, man, if you need it quiet, okay, I'll make it quiet for you.
Shoot, I get it in wherever I can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not like that. Yeah.
Hey man, I know some of my dang Some of my junior college teammates, on my grind, I mean, we would start off having so many guys in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them would start fizzling out like halfway through the first semester, and then another batch wouldn't make it back after the Christmas break for different reasons.
Man, we had guys that was hitting licks, you know what I'm saying, catching drug charges. We like, damn, where my boy at, man? They like, yeah, he gone, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So I definitely can relate, yeah.
Was it hard for you to stay out of the mix of the BS once you got out there?
Not for me, because like I said, I didn't really know nobody, you know. And the guys that I was locked in, they was focused. Man, all we used to talk about was D1. Well, the facilities, all the talks you talk about what's gonna be a D1. So we kept each other locked in. And actually, my boy I'm talking about, his name is Muhammad Usman. His brother is actually the welterweight champion of the UFC, Kamaru Usman.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my roommate. So we locked in, and he's still to this day, man. He's doing some fighting now.
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
And speaking of fighting, man, you picked up boxing at one point, didn't you?
No, I didn't really pick up boxing, man. I be in the gym working out, and I mean, I'm sharp.
You sharp?
You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not no boxer.
Man, I asked that because that's really been on my mind heavy the last few weeks about just I look at it as like picking up a trade, doing something I ain't done before, and plus, running unless I'm hooping, I get burned out on that real quick. So I need another form of cardio, man.
Man, boxing that's one of the best workouts you can get. Full body, you know what I'm saying? It's really nothing better to me. I wish I would have picked it up as far as like in the off season earlier in my career. I would have done it in high school. I would have done it in college, all that. But that's one of the best workouts you can get.
Who'd you go to?
I used to go to Coach Reed's.
Keith Reed?
Coach Reed, Keith Reed, at the Reed Foundation. And really just wherever I can get a bag, you know what I'm saying, a bag, and turn my music on, I zone out, give me a little workout in.
Yeah. Now, the last little boxing question I got for you. What's one thing about that particular sport that people may have messed up? You know what I mean? They think it is, but it ain't. Or they think it ain't, but it is. You know what I mean? Because I know me, I walk into it thinking, okay, this all you got to do. But somebody who been through it may be like,
no, I've been in that ring before. I've never been knocked out or nothing like that. But
right.
Well, I've been in them deep waters. You know what I'm saying? when you in there and you just run out of gas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the guy in front of you, he's still. Well, you got to keep your composure in there. So, man, it ain't no joke. You can't just. I mean, and that's only. I'll tell you, that's really the most watched thing that I watch is boxing.
Yeah.
So I watch that more than probably a lot of guys that you probably know, the average guy.
I can see it on your snap.
Oh yeah. So that's my shit. So, man, that shit. You got it. You can't go in there playing around. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you want to look cool, and social media and all that. But if you go in there and spar, you better be in shape and you better know what you're doing.
You're gonna be on your back quick.
Yeah, you're gonna be on your back, or you're gonna be raising the ropes up and walking out the ring. Yeah.
That's real, man. All right, man, we back on the turf now. So, after the Navarro chapter, was it off to O State, or did you have a stop in between?
After Navarro, it was straight to O State. You know what I mean?
Got your D1 wish, man.
Same coaches was still there. They recruited me in high school, so they was really waiting on me. It was basically, they called it, they placed me. I forgot the word they used for it, but
yeah,
they placed me there. So, yeah, when I got to Oklahoma State, it was on from there. I'm coming in, I'm competing for starting jobs day one. But I will say, it was a culture shock as far as strength and conditioning.
Different level.
Whole different level. I'm talking about it. I wasn't expecting nothing that happened. I wasn't expecting it. You know what I'm saying? It was the most I ever ran 100-yard sprints, and we had to do like 20 of them every Monday, and the lineman had to make it within 16 seconds. So that was tough, man. It was that's just one of the many.
I feel it, man. Mm-hmm. So how long did it take for you to make that time, man? Or did y'all have to next? Got to run again? But
see, man, once I got there, probably the first 2 times, I was probably just barely making the times. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I'm top notch. Once I get my body in shape and I'm going, it really can't nothing stop me but me.
Did you have some good teammates at the time from an accountability standpoint? Are y'all pushing each other, or did it take a minute for the ice to break and then everybody become bros a little later?
At Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
And I tell people this all the time. I had a couple guys that I locked in with. But besides that, it wasn't really, it wasn't a tight knit locker room. I'll say that.
I got you. It was all business.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, do you think it has to be a tight knit locker room in order for the task to get taken care of, or can it happen even if y'all?
No, because we made it happen. We was the Fiesta Bowl champs that year. One game away from playing in the national championship that year. We were supposed to play LSU that year, I think, but we ended up losing to Iowa State. And that was the game before the bowl game. So, I mean, we made it happen.
I feel it. From an individual standpoint, which game would you say was your best performance individually that year, which would have been your junior year, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't really say, honestly. It's tough being an offensive lineman. Because you don't really make plays.
Right.
And I rarely gave up sacks. I think I gave up 1 sack my whole college career. No, 2 sacks my whole college career.
Yeah.
So I had solid games all throughout the whole year.
For real.
The quarterbacks, we had Brandon Wheaton. And he was an OG. He was like 26 years old at the time.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Full-grown man.
Full-grown man back there slinging it.
Yeah.
But B. Wheaton, yeah, he was the truth.
People don't understand, folks can go through multiple different chapters post high school and reroute, get back on course, and find their way back on the field or on the court.
That's facts.
Now talk about that senior season. And I'm always interested in the last run because I'm thinking at some point the wheels are turning in your mind that this may not be the end of my run here. I may be able to take this thing and play on Sundays and Mondays.
No, that's a fact because so this is how mine played out.
All right.
I was at Oklahoma State, and my junior year, we had a good year. We balled out. We got our rings, and I ended up getting, breaking some team rules at the time. I say that, and so I got dismissed from the team. So I had to go to Northeastern State University my senior year, which is a D2 in Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
Very familiar.
So, and that kind of had part of why I dropped so low in the draft, and I ended up becoming a 7th rounder, because I had my stuff going on. I wanted to drink, I wanted to do all that. I was smoking. So things you can't do, in college. It just don't mix, especially with being an athlete. And so I got dismissed and ended up playing my senior year there.
Now, when you went through that ordeal and got dismissed, did you own it immediately, or were you making excuses?
No, it was all me. You know what I'm saying? I own that. I know what I did. Can't blame nobody. You know what I'm saying? Took it on the chin.
So in my mind, was it hard for you, being of the status and the stature you were at that point, to end up someplace where I know you probably felt like you were better than, respectfully? Did it take a minute for you to get up out of that?
Man, I think everything happened for a reason, because I think what groomed me for that was when I was at junior college. You know what I'm saying? I've been here before. I've been in a little country town where like your shopping mall is basically a Walmart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've been there before. So I was ready for that, and I knew, I'm just really going to finish this season out. I'm entering in the draft. So, and whether I got drafted or I was a free agent, I knew I was going to make the best of it.
Feel that. So Tahlequah is relatively close to the town.
Yeah.
So is Stillwater. Do you think that helped or hurt in any way with you being so close to home at either one of those spots?
I say at the time it probably. That's tough. That's tough. I never really thought about that.
I know I was. Where that question came from?
Because being here, I had. Man, it kind of hurt a little bit. I say that.
Back in the town,
knowing too many people. Now all of a sudden everybody want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You make a name for yourself. They see you in the newspaper. Everybody sharing you. Whatever your post. They see you on social media. So everybody want to be around you, and even the wrong people sometimes. So it can definitely hurt you. Yeah.
In my mind, that sounds like it'd be tough to decipher, because, of course, like if me and you bros and we go back a long way, it's like I don't want to all of a sudden look at you with questions. I'm like, man, you've been who you've always been. Come rock with me. But did it ever get to the point where you had to create some distance between you and some day ones?
You have to.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say you have to, but you have to if they not doing what they supposed to as far as something positive. You know what I'm saying? If they still on, being negative or trying to be still in the streets, make a name for themselves and stuff like that, you can't be around that. That's just what it is. And sometimes that happen. A lot of people don't understand. They say, he changed or this and that. But sometimes with success, it's not you that change. Sometimes the people around you can also change. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes they never change.
And that's the problem.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to, you got to make it work.
Your senior year, man, did you kill him out there at Northeastern, man?
Yeah, I went hard, man.
Got to it?
Yeah, I went hard, and it was actually some NFL talent on them D2 teams, that I ended up playing against when I actually went into the league. But yeah, I held it down. Mm-hmm.
That draft, dog. First of all, how wild was that night, man? You know what I'm saying? Where was you at? What was you doing?
Man, you know what's up? Really, I was with my boys. We was chilling. I was with my boys. We was chilling, in Gilcrease Hills, the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was over there chilling, and we just having a draft party. You know what I'm saying? We had actually, because I already knew I wasn't gonna be a first day guy, based on what I've been through. But starting that second day and that third, we was watching the draft, and man, it was getting close, and it was towards the end. And I had so many thoughts going through my mind. I'm like, damn, man, I didn't, trick myself out of position. I could have went harder over here. I could have did this back a little better back then. And man, my phone rang late that night, and they say, Mike, what's going on? How you doing? And I'm shocked. I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. Hello, who is this? And they say, this is Pete Carroll, the Seattle Seahawks head coach. He said, we're getting ready to take you here. You ready? I said, oh man, I've been ready. You know what I mean? I've been ready. And so we talked some small talk, and man, but I'll never forget that night. Yep.
Man, so and they delivered, and then when your name got called, bro, how surreal was that feeling, yo?
Man, it was surreal, man. I shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? I just, man, it was real. It was one of the realest moments in my life, because it really didn't feel, it didn't feel real. You know what I'm saying? But I knew it was. I knew this is what I waited on. You know what I mean? And it was finally here, but it was a different feeling.
You feel like you deserved it, though?
I feel like I deserved that.
Hell yeah. That's beautiful, man. And I'm gonna tell you, you probably got a better grasp on this than me, because you've been through it. But I always cringe whenever I hear another person talking about character flaws of another person, because we all are so imperfect out here.
No, we all got flaws.
You know what I mean? And I feel like on the football side, you guys go through so much scrutiny in terms of how you got to move. I feel like you're being assessed in every area of your life, more so than maybe some other sports. And I could have that wrong. I'm just telling you the way I interpret it. And I'm like, well, damn, does the brother got some space to live? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
some wiggle room?
Yeah, I mean, I see that a lot too. That's just the times we living in, man. It's just the times we living in. When you see people who've done something their whole life, and you have other guys that's done it their whole life, or it may not work out for them or something like that, they're going to be real critical on the guys that it worked out for. If they ever have a flaw or any hiccup, they're going to be real critical and say what they could have did or should have did. But, how would you know? You've never been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You never had that pressure on you. You never had the spotlight on you. You never had, it's a lot that goes into it. So, man, it's a lot of scrutiny.
So, after you get drafted, what happens next? Like, for how long are you in the hills before you got to pick up and be on to Seattle and get to the business?
I think I can't even remember. I think it was probably like 2 weeks.
Oh, so you was at the crib for 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah, I think after the draft it was like 2 weeks or maybe 3, and then they fly you out and you got rookie OTAs. Rookie minicamp. Yep.
Yeah. So in those 2 or 3 weeks, is it just all celebration, or are you grinding at the house?
I mean, the first for me, personally, the first couple days, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating.
You out here, you being seen, all that?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I'm being seen, but it's just like I'm taking a break. I'm celebrating. I'm hanging with my loved ones, the people I love. But after that, it's straight to it. It's to the grind.
Straight to it. First, welcome to the NFL moment, man. Once y'all got physical, got on the yard and got to work, man. Can you remember?
I'm trying to think, man, because I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be real with you. It was nothing easy about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a couple times that I done got dinged up, and but one I can remember is we played the Saints, and I forgot the guy's name. I want to say it might be Lofton. He played at Oklahoma in college. He was a linebacker, Curtis Lofton. Man, we had like a power play, and I'm blocking for Marshawn Lynch right here. So every time I know I'm pulling for Marshawn, I know I'm coming a little harder. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go a little harder because he got a chance to pop it if I get my block right.
That's right.
So I come around there, and it's a pull. You know, you got to turn flat around the line, and you coming around, and you mean that linebacker head. As soon as you turn your head, that linebacker should be there.
Right.
And he was. You know what I'm saying? He blew me up.
Man.
And I didn't fall on my ass or nothing like that, but I ain't gonna lie, my whole back went sleep for a minute. And it was weird.
Spine was out of there.
What? It was weird. I'm like, damn, I was all off track. So I had to just stand there for a minute, and I collected myself. But that was my moment. I'll never forget my rookie moment. Yeah.
Oh, wait. So what adjustment did you have to make on that? Was there any, or did he just bring the thunder to you?
And he brought the thunder, but I just got to turn my head quicker. I got to be quicker around the side I came around. Yeah.
Small details, huh?
Small details.
Make a big difference, huh?
I'm telling you. Yeah.
What type of squad did y'all have that year, man?
Man, we had some monsters. And that was when I got to the Seahawks, I felt like I was back at my Navarro locker room. And when I say monsters, I mean like guys that it's from the trenches, you know, same background, grown men. I'm talking about these guys now they feeding their family, so they going a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Even practice, they going a little harder. But that locker room right there, man, it was probably one of the best I had.
Man. So did it take a minute for you to find your footing and, you know, as a professional, I'm talking about as a man now, even off the field, you know, figuring out how you got to move, what you got to put into your body, you know, rest, recovery, that kind of deal?
Yeah. I started learning how to take care of my body, my nutrition, all that there. But one thing I will say when I got to the National Football League is it was more technical than anything. You got to really be dialed in on your technique. You know, it's not about athleticism anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's about technique, because everybody's athletic. It's about who's doing right the most, who's putting their foot right where it need to be, who's putting their hands right where it need to be, hand placement, where are you at, where's your assignment. You know what I mean? You got to be really locked into the X's and O's in the professional level.
Man, that's a good segue to the next deal. I'm always fascinated with how many hours y'all got to spend at the facility. So give me a regular day. Just like today's Monday, right? So a regular Monday in the National Football League for Mike Bowie, man.
So we'll have Mondays off.
We'll have
Mondays off, but on Tuesday we'll come in, we'll start the week. We'll get there at probably 6:30 a.m. You get in that hot tub, you want to get your body right, get warmed up for everything, because we'll meet at about 8. But this is me. I get there about 6:30. You know, I know every time I come in there, I'm gonna see my boy Percy Harvin.
Yeah.
He in the hot tub chilling, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know what I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So he here before you.
Yeah, he's there early. So we in the hot tub, we stretching, chilling, watching ESPN. We do that for about 30 minutes, you know what I mean? Get out, do a little stretch. For me, I used to go in my locker and just get that playbook out so I can just touch on everything and be sharp when I'm in that meeting room, because a lot of people don't understand the meeting room is they'll put you on blast, and that's really more important than on that field sometimes, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to get no reps when we get on this field. So I used to be in that playbook. You got to know the fronts. You got to know what play we got. We got to know what the running back's doing. You got to really know the X's and O's. So I used to do that for about 30. And then after that, we'll go our position meetings to start the morning. And then we'll go team meetings. And after that, you know, it's about 10 o'clock. We'll do a walkthrough, you know. After a walkthrough, we'll go have lunch, and then after that, we'll do more meetings, you know, as a team, and then we'll go position meetings, and then, you know, then we'll practice in the evening, so we don't get out the building until probably about 6 o'clock. So it's like a 12-hour shift.
Man, y'all pulling 12-hour days.
Yeah.
And just how much information, how much ground is left to cover after the first round of meetings, my boy?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, but and it's weird. It was annoying at the time because you really didn't have a life outside of football.
Right.
But I mean, you know what you signed up for, but it was pivotal. You know, we needed that. You know, I needed that. You know, so I loved it.
Something else you said during that breakdown, you said y'all watched ESPN. So, I mean, that's fascinating to me because let me know y'all still human.
Oh, yeah.
And I love when people say, man, that they don't hear the outside noise, they don't pay attention to what's being said. It's kind of hard for me to believe that because it's hard to keep the noise out. It's coming from so many different directions.
Yeah.
So, would y'all have those real conversations in there? Like, man, you hear that bullshit such said on the screen?
Man, them conversations in the locker room, man, they can get real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Touch on all type of stuff, man. You start to, you know, you get into guys' backgrounds and you know, religion. You know, it's all type of stuff in the locker room. So yeah, them people they be locked in there, and it also can cause friction, you know what I'm saying, within the locker room. When you see something on there and they talking about your team and somebody might say something and somebody over here might disagree with it, then you got to fight in the locker room.
Yeah, man.
And we had those.
Yeah, we had that. Hold on. You wasn't mixed up in none of them. Was you
Nah,
bystander all the way?
Huh?
You was a bystander, huh? You
Yeah,
just
I'm
cool.
a bystander. I'm checking it out. I like a good fight, so I'm checking it out for a minute. Then I'll go break it up. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's how the teachers used to do back in the day, man.
Yeah, we're going to check it out.
Let it go for a minute. Somebody go down. Let's go ahead and break it up.
That's just what it is.
I feel it. Hey, from the nutrition standpoint, you said that word, so now you got me thinking. Of course, I follow you on social media. You know how to move in that kitchen, man. So it looks anyway. You know what I mean? You're always whipping up not just a couple things, full course meals, man.
Yeah, that's just a hobby I done picked up.
Yeah.
Trying to cook, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, when you're single, man, you gotta figure, you gotta learn your way around. You can't eat fast food all the time.
That's true.
You know, and as you can see, I'm still a big guy, so I'm trying to get it right. But I be cooking my own meals, man. It's really therapy. You know, it's therapeutic.
Right.
Like I said, when you, I wouldn't say I'm institutionalized or something like that, but I like to be real detailed. You know what I'm saying? Even with the cooking, how it was in football, it's just like a.
You need to have that regimen.
You know what I'm saying? A regimen. You know, something like that, and you know how your meals scheduled out. So I like to do it like that.
Oh, so you schedule out. So for instance, if I ask you, hey, what you gonna have tomorrow, you already know the answer.
Yeah, I'll probably most likely. Like I got some, like that's why I was running late here today, because I was in there cooking some macaroni and I put some shrimp. I hooked it up, but that's gonna be my meal prep for the week. Yeah.
Man, that's called getting it done.
Yeah.
I love that, man. So it's like, hey man, you don't need nobody but you right now. You can feed you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Even though some people may say otherwise, you need a woman for this, you need a woman for that.
Man, they're gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you that, but hey man, you do what you do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How long was that Seattle Seahawks run, man, before your next chapter?
The Seahawks run, it was really my rookie year, because we came back for OTAs that next season, and we coming off that Super Bowl winning year.
Yes, sir.
So you know, I'm partying, I'm having a good time. That's when I celebrated. It wasn't it wasn't the draft. Once we won that Super Bowl,
champ, boy.
I was kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really keeping my body tight how I should, as far as in the weight room and stuff like that. And it caused me to get injured.
Ooh.
When we came back, because you know I wasn't lifting like I was supposed to. And like I said, these is grown men.
Right.
You can't be out here playing around with these guys. You know, you got to be on your shit.
What was that injury? What'd you do to yourself?
I tore my shoulder up. It was actually a lingering injury that I had for like a long time. You know what I'm saying? Just never got it fixed. And
you never addressed it, or it
never
healed?
was able to. And
I got you.
You know, it never healed. It got worse. So he just gave out at me one time. That next OTA is coming up, my second season in the pros. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is, when you're an injury and you're still a rookie, they have to place you through waivers for 24 hours. And so when they placed me on waivers, the Cleveland Browns claimed me. So from that day on, I was a Cleveland Brown.
Man, Did you feel a way about that at all, or you just understand?
Yeah, I was hurt, man. I'm like, we finna repeat. We finna go get another ring. You know what I'm saying? But I was hurt, but I couldn't be mad about it. You know, it was all me. Injuries happen, but I know what I could have done to prevent it. You know what I mean? But it comes with it.
I remember you said you didn't get it. You wasn't working as hard in the weight room. Didn't get as tight, but I'm trying to defend you a little bit too here now.
Yeah.
Was the damage so severe that it would have compromised you lifting as hard as you wanted to? I guess what I'm saying.
I could have lifted, but
okay. Was there any way around finally getting that addressed?
I don't think it was any way around it. You know what I mean? It was bound to happen. You know what I mean? Like the speed and the tempo of the game, you know, and the state that it was in. But you know what's crazy about it? I heard it that year, and then the following year I ended up tearing my left one up. You know what I'm saying? So
in Cleveland.
In Cleveland. Shit. So I was on the IR 2 years in a row. You know, so that hurt. You know, once you're on IR, your pay is in half too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was tough.
Good Lord. What's your mental like at that time?
Man, a lot of anxiety, stressed, you know what I'm saying, doubt, you depressed a little bit, you know what I'm saying. It was hard to fight that funk, You know, you have a lot of thoughts.
I feel that. Did you have anybody that you were communicating with at that time, just sort of keeping you centered, whether it was mom or whether it was somebody in the profession?
Honestly, nah, man. At that time, I was dating a young lady, and shoot, that's who I was, confiding in. You know what I'm saying? Making my talks, having my talks with, and it was my girlfriend at the time. Yeah.
I feel you. How long you? All right. When you finally made your resurgence, man, when was it? You remember the year when you got back to feeling like yourself? You're healthy, ready to make another run at it.
Actually, man, I never got to feel like myself again. You know what I'm saying? I was on the IR for 2 seasons after that Seahawks season because I tore my shoulder up, and then had those surgeries. And so after that, what's funny is a lot of people don't even know, I was at the Cleveland Browns, and we were supposed to come back. We did come back, and it was time for a training camp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I know what my body's supposed to feel like, you know what I'm saying? And I know what it's been feeling like, but I wasn't ready yet. And so I had to walk into the general manager's office and had that talk with him. And I told him, I wasn't feeling like myself. My body's not responding how I wanted to. I can't remember the exact words that I told him, but basically we came to the agreement that I was going to be on the reserve retired list. You know what I'm saying? He told me, give me a call back when you're ready. And so I retired from there. And I was off for about 7 months. I had moved back. I was going through a lot mentally, and I wasn't really sure what was going on.
When you said move back, you talking about back home?
I came back home after that, after I had that talk with him, because at that time I was done. You know what I mean? Like I was discouraged. Like it's back-to-back years. I'm tearing my shit up. Then I come back out here. I'm not ready. We practicing and all that, and I'm just not responding like I should. My body's not.
For sure.
And I'm having nerve damage, all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's heavy duty.
So I come back home and. I took about 7 months to figure out, what was next, what was going to be my next move. And, had to talk with some family members and, they told me to get another shot. And so I did. I called my agent up, asked him could he give me a workout.
This after you got back feeling?
After I got back feeling right, you know what I'm saying? I was lifting a little more weights, you know what I'm saying? My numbers was going up in the weight room. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm ready, But weight room and playing football is not the same, you know that. But so he got me a workout with the New York Giants, and I went out there and put it down. I got my body in shape, do what I was supposed to do, and they ended up signing me. Yep.
Yeah, man. How gratifying was that, bro? And this before you get on the field to do the work, but just putting that ink in that deal.
It felt good because it was like. I played well enough in the time I did play for teams to still be interested 3 years later after the fact.
That's hard.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that felt good. Like I said, my body was feeling better. I was ecstatic.
Man. All right, so what was that New York grind like, man? The Big Apple, which I've never been there, and I want to go and see what it's about. But anyway.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really. I like being from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's
wouldn't change that either.
It's at the right tempo. It's at the right speed.
Yeah.
Not too fast. Out there, it's fast living. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really like New York. I didn't like it, but I liked the team. I liked the. I met some cool dudes on the team.
All right.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah.
Football now. Well, what was he like, man? I need to know, man.
Eli was real cool, man.
He seemed like he would be, but I got,
From what I see, because, once you get to the NFL, you don't really hang out. You're not at guys' apartment like you would be at college, hanging out. So I really don't know him from what I see him from him in the locker room and on the field.
What about Coach Coughlin? And that was under his leadership at that time, right?
Who was the head coach? No, we didn't have Coach Coughlin. We had man, I forgot the guy's name. He was only there for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Forgot the guy's name.
How long were you in the NY?
I was only there for a few months. I ended up giving another shot, and then I got cut. Some off the field issues happened when I was there.
Right.
And I ended up getting cut there, and that was really the end of my football career.
Man.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had, in a short while, you had pretty much every experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Getting drafted, you had to reroute, you got injured, you ended up getting cut. Were you ever bitter at any point, or was it acceptance?
No, it was definitely some bitterness there.
Yeah.
Still is. I ain't gonna even lie to you because I feel like I still got some in the tank.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't have any. I don't feel bad like as far as like I used to be. Like I used to want to go back, but now I'm more at peace with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pouring into the youth now, into my son, so he can go further than me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I care about now. I don't really care if I play again. I barely even watch football now, but I still enjoy the game. I still enjoy it, but no, I don't have no.
Golly, man. So, I mean, you go as far into it as you want to go, but after you left New York, did you come right back to the town, or was there another stop along the way? Because I feel like it was a minute since the last time I had seen you.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm always here. Sometimes I just be ducked off. You know what I'm saying?
Low key with it.
Yeah, when I left New York, I came back home. Yeah, I came back home.
Man, we just to yourself, licking your wounds.
To myself, man, licking my wounds. Trying to figure out that next move.
Right.
My agent's still giving me calls saying, team's still interested. But it's just for me, I couldn't. I was really just mentally done because I was already almost checked out, and that last straw, it was just like, man, I
feel it.
It might be over with, yo.
I got you. Can you remember what ended up being next for you once you finally, shook that as much as you could to figure out what the next step was going to be, man? What was the next endeavor for Mike Bowie after football was done?
The next endeavor, honestly, it probably was man, I was just helping out, you know what I'm saying, volunteering places, still trying to stay in shape.
Mm-hmm. Volunteer coaching, you mean?
Volunteering coaching.
I feel it.
Youth center, stuff like that. So I wasn't really into another career or nothing like that, but it was just always trying to stay busy.
I feel it. Man, and you mentioned you got a son, man. How old is your son? I need to know.
Big Yonk, he's 8 years old.
8 years old.
Yep.
And he done picked up on the sport already?
Man, he go hard.
Oh yeah?
I'm telling you, he's the best. He's the best third grade lineman in the state of Oklahoma. And it's not just because he's my son. Mm-hmm. I know football. I got an eye for it. He understands the game way faster than I did. Like I said, I was a late bloomer. Mm-hmm. He's advanced. Yep.
Man, now did you help him along, or did he just find it on his own and start loving it?
Man, he really found it on his own.
Yeah.
And honestly, his grandfather is a coach, and so he always used to go to the practices and be out there watching the little league guys play. And he just picked it up like that, man. He just been running with it, yo.
Yeah, and are you able to be dad, or are you in instruction mode most times when you're out there with him?
Most times when I'm out there with him, I try not to be too much, coach. You know what I'm saying?
Is it hard though?
It's hard. It's hard. So I ain't gonna lie. Usually I'm in coach mode when I'm out there with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm on him hard. But I'm dad at the end of the day.
Yeah. Y'all relationship still tight though?
Yeah.
That's hard, man. So the importance, and I'm gonna dig into your business a little bit. You correct me if I go too far. But when you're talking about, your family members and your loved ones, some chapters ago, you mentioned your mother, right? I didn't necessarily hear you mention your pops. But
no, Pop's always been around.
Okay, yeah.
Pop's always been around, yeah.
Dope.
Pop's always been around. But him and my mom, you know,
I know how it go.
We wasn't in the same household, but he always been around, yeah.
That's solid, man. I'm super partial to black men and being fathers,
and that's a
being
fact.
present.
And that's a fact. So I try, man. And it's tough because, like me, I got 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter lives in Dallas, and my son is here. So it's tough. But I'm doing what I got to do, whether it's travel, whatever, because I know how important it is. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's a regular father and son type of day? Even let's say if he don't have football practice, man, what can we catch y'all boys doing, man?
Man, really, because when he's with me, we doing what I do, man. I really be chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably at the house. We turn on that video game. We be talking some stuff on the video game. Let him do his thing. I might make a good meal or something like that. Just living. Nothing too crazy.
Right.
I don't want him to think, every time he with me, it's a party time or we finna go, celebration station or something. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep him humble as I can.
I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it any different the way you parent him versus how you parent your daughter?
I say, kind of you got to be with my situation because my daughter, she's real sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be on her like I'm on him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's real sensitive.
I love that, man. So, from a physical standpoint, I mean, we talked about boxing earlier, but we talked about that in the past tense. How active are you now physically, man? Do you still work out?
Yeah,
Do you still want to get that burn on, get tight?
Yeah, I still work out, but I don't work out like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm training for the Olympics. You know, but I might work out 2 or 3 times a week and do some cardio. Actually, today I ran some bleachers out there in a Broken Arrow, and you know, I might walk the track sometime or get a good lift in. But
yeah, man. So now we got to talk about the dollars and cents, man. Mm-hmm. Were you good with your bread once you finally got it, man? Again, I say that because I'm not sure if you anything like me. I didn't necessarily get schooled thoroughly on how to be and how to manage money growing up. I mean, my daddy would always say, man, pay yourself first. Mm-hmm. And that meant, okay, well, you get something, you know what I mean, save a little something and then play with the rest of it.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I got that money and I ran through it. You know, I ran through a lot of it. I say that. I ran through a lot of it because I'm gonna be real with you.
Fuck some money up.
Yeah, I'll fuck it up. But yeah, I had some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, man, I never had nothing. My mom's single home. I'm having 2 pair of shoes throughout the whole school year. I used to, you know what I'm saying? I used to have to. That's why a lot of people know me for the funny guy, because I used to have to get them off me with the jokes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I used to have to get them off me. They used to come for me. And you know, I was looking like it sometimes. You know, I had 2 pair of shoes the whole school year.
But you was kind of witty though. You're right. You come back with it.
Yeah, I come back with it. But so yeah, I mean, I had some fun with that money. But I will tell you, if I could do things different, I would have slowed down a little bit with it. You know what I'm saying? Spending and stuff like that.
Was it all on you, or was it?
That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't all on me. I have a big heart. I like to. My problem was I want to bring everybody with me. You know what I'm saying? If I see you struggling, I want to help you out. And you come to the realization you can't really do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You might have to tell a few people no sometimes, and that can ruin relationships. And that's something I was trying to avoid, you know, for most parts, because I'm a real genuine person, man. Yeah. If I rocking with you and I see you need help, I'm gonna help you. But you know, sometimes when you know, in certain situations, you can't do that, man. Especially in the NFL, we don't have guaranteed contracts.
Right, still don't.
You still don't. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I'm 7th round draft pick. You know, I don't have it like a lot of people think you got it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that.
Because they heard your name get called.
Oh yeah, they heard your name. They seeing you everywhere. He got that bread now. That's what they think. But that ain't usually the case.
He got that bread now. Mm-hmm. Now, what the mom and pops keep it on the humble with you? They stay like they stay same person. Same
person.
Rather?
Never changed on me. You know what I'm saying? Never done nothing strange. And I've seen some situations where, you know, the family can change once the son start getting that bread. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, my family is humble. Yeah,
that's what I look at. I'm like, man, if mom and daddy proud of me, I'm straight. As long as they ain't changed, I'm good.
Right.
Well, all right. Well, you know, finishing up, man. I got a couple more things I want to throw at you, and I'm gonna turn you loose. Your hobbies, outside of anything sports related, outside of boxing, outside of football.
Making music.
Music.
I like to make music. Yep.
Oh snap.
Yep.
Yeah. So you spitting or you
no,
making beats?
I can spit. I don't really make beats, but I love to get them and have an engineer get it how I want it to sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm still learning. If I could go back, I would have majored in college with, you know, I probably would have been did like an engineer major as far as like music. But yeah, that's my hobby, man. I like to make music.
It's a daily thing for you?
No, it's not a daily thing, but just one of my hobbies.
Man, that's hard right there. That's hard right there. All right, man. This is how we always wrap them up, bro. We call this all due disrespect, man. Mm-hmm. So we want you to go back in the archives. Think of any game you played in at any level, a team that beat y'all, didn't have no business beating you. And if you could run it back and go get that back, you going to that one. So we talking high school, college, or in the
Didn't have no business beating us. Booker T.
Ooh.
I think Booker T shouldn't have beat us when we played them out here. And that was actually one of my best games ever.
Your junior or senior year?
My junior year. I'm talking about defensive line. I'm all in the backfield. Man, I wonder if somebody got the tape, but yeah, Booker T, man, I felt like we should have beat them that year.
And drop some of them names that was on that Booker T squad.
Booker T, they had my boy Eric Bennett. They had, at the time, they lineman was John Williams.
Yes, sir.
I think he played at KU. They had big Calvin Barnett.
Yeah, dog.
My boy Mike Dock. Who else was out there? Justin Skillings, my dog.
Yeah.
Tony Daniels, you know what I'm saying? My dog. Who else they had, man? It was so many. Keith, who they had, man? Who they had? Keith Daniels was out there. Keenan Taylor, man. I forgot about Keenan Taylor. That's my dog too. I played.
I just saw that came out 2 weeks ago, man.
See, I be forgetting names. My bad if I forgot your name, but you a dog. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we should have beat them though because we was close. You know what I'm saying? They took off late on us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, I love that question because it's so funny to me because you got a bunch of stuff to share with you shared and a bunch of bright spots. It's crazy how them dark ones stay in the front of your mind though.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, I want that one back.
Yeah,
I know that good stuff you said, but I had this moment right here. I want it back.
Right.
Well, bro, look here, man. I'm a fan of yours. Been that way for several years, bro. I had you on my hit list to sit you down and get you on the pod for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you finally said yes. Glad we finally aligned us, man. And we're going to drop this out to the public, and you gave a lot that people can get a lot from. So thank you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Already.